Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's a nice weekend afternoon. What better way to spend some time than to read through some of the comments I've gotten on my channel over the past few months, and I pulled some that I found were amusing, interesting, or had some questions I wanted to kind of touch on in a more personalized video type format. So this is the first one that I'm doing in this series. I will be doing more in the future, so if you have questions or if you have commentary that you'd like more of a response to, by all means drop them down in the comments down below the videos, and I will certainly do my best to answer them. So without further ado, let's get right on it. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone through some of the videos that I've done in recent months, and I've snipped out some of the ones that I have found were kind of cool and amusing and had some good questions. So let's go ahead and dive right into this. So the first one came from Mr. Techie, and I like the longer comments because these are kind of cool to read through. So he writes, "You have so less views and subscribers even after so much years, and your content is just top notch. Just don't lose hope and keep doing what you're doing. If I was you, I would have lost hope and stopped my channel. You are very strong from inside, liked for your spirit and honesty. You are such a nice person, which we don't see today." Well, thank you, Mr. Techie. I sure do appreciate it. When it comes to my channel, what I mainly do this for is I do this for as a way to relax, recenter, de-stress from my week. You know, just something I like to do on the side. It's not really a professional, although if it did grow into making some extra cash on the side, I certainly wouldn't be opposed to that. But it's not one of those things where I'm going to like devote an inordinate amount of time into, because I do have a regular career that I do during the week. So this is kind of like just like my side thing, just kind of spend some time, share content with you, my fellow viewers, and let you know what's going on. So I'm glad you stopped by, and I'm glad you appreciate the content. Next one comes from Corios Effectment, and this was done on the ASRock RMA that I did here recently. He writes, "This is one area where being Canadian makes for some extra steps and incurs shipping costs due to the fact that the board needs to be shipped south. South being down to the US, of course. Beyond that, my experience with my X99 Tai Chi mimics yours. Yeah, the inverse shipping boxes. I was very pleased and relieved with my RMA experience. Thankful since for us, the board represents a significant investment." Nice vid, sir. It was actually my very first RMA experience with a company ever. So I'm glad it was ASRock, because they did really awesome. They stepped up to the plate, and they delivered, hands down. Next one comes from David Vasquez. He says, "Well, first of all, nice deal with the PC case, and second one, I know the feeling about to do something funny and turn it into a job. It is a bit difficult because at some point you lose the funny thing. I keep my like to your channel, man." Well, thank you, David. I appreciate that. That's the kind of interesting balancing act that I do with my channel, because I like to keep it loose and relaxed. I like to, you know, keep it fun, keep it, you know, just not really one of those things that's we're going to be, you know, all scripted, rehearsed, and all that kind of stuff. I try to have some kind of sense as far as, you know, what I'm going to be doing, but you never know. It could be something totally random. This one comes from Nico, and he says, "When is Crash releasing another video?" Good question. You may have to ask him. Check out Crash's Gaming Corner. He's got his own channel. I will link to it down to the video description down below. Definitely check it out. I know he's working on stuff. So in fact, after we just got done doing the transplant build to improve the performance on his computer. Oh yeah, I'm sure he's going to be doing something someday soon. No worries there. I did get a number of comments on the box I got from Highlander. A lot of people said things like, "Nice unboxing, great video, very funny, thank you." That came from Highlander. "LOL, too funny. Awesome guys, you cracked me up. LOL, nice. I was wondering how Crash was doing too. Always one of the best. Very funny, guys." So Yeah, it was awesome. It was one of those fun things that and it actually turned out a lot better than I originally thought it was going to, because I wasn't sure if the timing was going to be right on some of those segments. So it worked out really, really well. So thank you all for your comments on that video. It's definitely going to prompt us into doing more of those. I did get a good comment from the Contact Silent 12 cooler that I did recently. This one comes from PhotoRay, and he says, I'm anxious to find out from you how the noise is with that fan once you have it all finished. I'm hoping it's going to be really, really cool, literally, instead of figuratively, but I was impressed with the ease of installation, first of all, more than anything else. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the quality will be just as good. Got a comment from, I got actually a question from Marco Nessi. He says, is this your favorite console you've ever owned? It's really kind of a tough question, Marco. I have a lot of favorite consoles. PS4 definitely is one of my favorite consoles. One of my other favorite consoles is the Sega Dreamcast. I also love the Super Nintendo, especially the Sega Genesis. There's a lot of good games on different platforms. So is it the best one I've ever owned? Maybe. That's probably about as close of an answer as I can give to you on that one. Michael Stillwell says, you totally look like you should be smoking a large peace pipe in Lord of the Rings. LOL, that's a compliment. Love your videos. Game on. Maybe if I had a longer beard and maybe one of those like... No, I don't smoke pipes, but you know, I am pretty relaxed when it comes to making my videos. People have said I have a very soothing voice, so thank you. I appreciate that. That's very, very nice of you. Thank you. I did work for a short time in radio, although I never got my voice actually on the air. I practiced a couple times, but never really went quite anywhere from that point. So got another question on the PS4 Pro that I think would apply to a lot of people who may have a similar question. This comes from Moneymaker. He says, I have one question. I have the original PS4 with a 2 terabyte hard drive. All my games are in the 2 terabyte. If I buy the PS4 Pro, can I switch to 1 terabyte Pro and put in my 2 terabyte there and all my games are download? Oh, I need to restart my hard drive and download or I need to restart my hard drive and download all the games again because it's a different PS4 system. Sorry for my bad English. I'm learning. No worries. I got the gist of your question. So the simple answer as far as moving or swapping a hard drive from one PlayStation to another, from my own experience, you can't do it. Because what happens is that when you put in a new hard drive into a PlayStation console, the very first thing it's going to do is going to format it. So what is generally recommended to do is to one, have a copy of the firmware on a USB drive, so that way you can have that ready to go, and then you mount the new hard drive in there as long as it fits and it fits the capacity requirements. Then what it'll do is it'll format it, it'll wipe it out, so anything that you had on there before is going to be lost. So if they've come out with a different way than that, I'm not aware of it, but this has been my experience with the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4 thus far. So as far as I know, you can't transfer ones from one PlayStation 4 to the other without formatting and starting over. Sorry about that, man, but PS4 is still an awesome system. Zane on the PS4 also said, should I buy PS4 or an Xbox S? I just started watching the E3 today. This being June 10th, and I saw the Xbox conference. They're already working on the Xbox 2. So I guess the question soon becomes, what do you buy for now? Now with all kinds of hardware, whether it's consoles or PC games or PC components, if you're going to buy for now, buy now. If you're going to wait for the next big thing, you're always going to be waiting. The difference between PS4 or Xbox One, I think, is purely subjective because there's always going to be exclusives for either console. So you kind of have to weigh that in along with the quality of the games that each one puts out, if they're similar or if there's differences. Also take into account the user interface, what you like about each one, how easy it is, how intuitive it is to use. For my own preference, I do choose the PlayStation just because I have gotten used to the way the controls are. I like the way it handles. I like the user interface of the PlayStation 3 and 4, so that's my personal preference. That may not be yours, so take that with it as you will. Got a general comment here from Toxic Chaos HD. He says, "Hey, this is some good content. You should do more unboxing videos." I will, absolutely. Got another unboxing coming up here pretty soon. If you have anything that you think might be amusing, interesting, something useful that I can use here, whether it's hardware or just something that may be funny to show on camera, something appropriate though. My shipping address is down in the video description down below. I may do more unboxing, just depends on what happens to land up in my mailbox. Hard to say. I got a lot of comments about my shirts. People love my shirts. I have seen comments from awesome t-shirt to awesome shirt will take us a bit to save the scratch, but we're getting them. Love the extra fry shirt. Keep making videos and admire your strength. Congrats on your merchandise. Yeah, I do have my own Get Random t-shirt. I will link to that down in the video description as well. Crayolas Effectman actually showed off the t-shirt that I made on his channel and during a live stream. Same with his wife Shelly, aka Cat Shark Vids. If you don't know, they both have YouTube channels, so definitely check them both out. Coriolis actually does a live stream once a week on Sundays on YouTube called Heads in Space. I've seen the Heads in Space. If I haven't been able to watch them live, I'll watch them on the reruns, and oh my goodness. This guy's hilarious. I love what he does with the green screen. I mean, it's just really, really awesome. So definitely check it out. And thank you for the comments on the shirts. The regular shirts I get, my sarcasm ones. Believe it or not, I find them all at Walmart of all places. I wonder why that is. Maybe something with the vendors and the employees are getting together and coming up with subliminal messages? It's hard to say. I got a comment on my zoo trip recently. I didn't think anybody was going to comment, but Plate did. She writes, "Wonderful video. Haven't been to the zoo in a very, very long time. Love seeing all the animals and birds. Thank you." It was a really good trip. For one, we actually got to see the red pandas, which weren't out the last time we went there. They were sleeping. So, but yeah, the animals were awesome. I love going to the zoo. It's just one of those things I love. So that's it. Just a little snippet of what's been showing up in the comments beneath my videos. By all means, as more videos come out, keep on commenting down below and let me know what you think of them. And the more amusing ones that I get, and if you have some questions too, by all means, ask questions away. Drop your questions down below. I'll certainly do more videos and answer more questions as I can. I'll feature them in an upcoming video, or I may even answer them during a live stream. If you don't know, I do live stream on Twitch every once in a while. Twitch.tv/MidnightBanshi. It's very easy to remember. Just look at the name of the channel, put twitch.tv up in front of it, and there you go, off to the races. So anyway, I appreciate you sticking around, having a cup of coffee or your favorite beverage, and just listen to me ramble on about the comments people leave below my videos. So yeah, fun times. I know if you've heard the in my video, it's my fan. It's warm. It's summertime. I have no AC. Maybe I should start up a GoFundMe page to put an AC in my room. No. Everything's good. Everything's cool. It gets cool at night, so it's fine. So there you go. All right. more wacky random stuff coming up in the future. So as always, if you like this video, go and smack the thumbs up button down there. If you want to subscribe to more random content from yours truly, hit the subscribe button. You know where it is. As always, I always say, live life a little randomly each day. We will catch you guys in the next video.